Imagine this, just 1 hour a day, 60 focused minutes could unlock a future you've only dared to dream about. It might seem too simple to believe, but the truth is, transformation doesn't demand massive overnight change. It requires consistency, intention, and the courage to start. What if you stopped waiting for the perfect moment and claimed just 1 hour each day to become the person you've always known you could be? That's all it takes. 1 hour of learning, building, creating, or healing can reshape the rest of your life. We live in a world obsessed with speed, but what we often overlook is the compound power of small actions taken repeatedly. 1 hour is 4% of your day. That sliver of time, when protected fiercely and used wisely, becomes the edge that sets you apart. You don't need to quit your job, abandon your responsibilities, or wait for a miracle. You need to decide that you are worth at least 1 hour a day. Think about what matters to you. Is it writing a book, mastering a language, launching a side business, getting healthier, strengthening your mindset? In 1 hour a day, you can chip away at mountains that once looked immovable. When you dedicate an hour to learning, you absorb knowledge that multiplies. When you move your body for an hour, you build resilience. When you meditate, journal, or reflect for an hour, you gain clarity. And when you do this every single day, it becomes more than just a habit. It becomes your identity. The people we admire, the leaders we follow, the creators who inspire us, they didn't stumble into greatness. They showed up again and again, often in moments of doubt and discomfort, investing time in themselves when no one else was watching. You have that same power. There is no secret code, no exclusive membership, just a decision, a declaration to yourself. My time matters, my goals matter, and my life is worth investing in. You don't need motivation to start, you need a reason. And chances are that reason has been whispering to you for years. 1 hour a day isn't about perfection, it's about permission. The permission to be a beginner, to be curious, to fail, and try again. It's the permission to believe that you don't have to be stuck in the same story, that the next chapter can be different because you decided to write it. Every major change in life starts with a single moment of choice. You are making hundreds of choices each day, most of them unconscious. What if you made one conscious choice that changed everything? 1 hour, a day of progress outshines 10 hours of procrastination. 1 hour of practice today outperforms empty promises of someday. If you're overwhelmed by how far you have to go, just take the first hour. Use it today. You don't have to see the entire path, you just have to move your feet. The time is going to pass anyway. A year from now, you could look back and marvel at what you built 1 hour at a time, or you could still be dreaming, wishing, and wondering with nothing but the same excuses standing in your way. You get to choose. Let's dive deeper. The magic of 1 hour a day lies not only in what you do during that time, but in who you become through the process. It's not just about results, it's about transformation. When you commit to consistent, focused time every day, you begin to rewrite your identity. You stop saying, I want to be someone who, and start declaring, I am someone who. That shift changes everything. You become the writer, the athlete, the entrepreneur, the student, the visionary. You stop waiting for permission or validation and begin showing up as the version of yourself you've always envisioned. 1 hour each day is where the mental shift begins. And here's what most people miss. You don't need to feel ready. Most days you won't. You'll feel tired, distracted, uninspired. But showing up in those moments is what separates the dreamers from the doers. 1 hour when you don't feel like it is more powerful than 10 hours when you do, because it builds grit, and grit is the cornerstone of long-term success. The gym sessions that count the most are the ones where you almost skipped. The studying that matters is the kind you push through when your mind is foggy. That hour, carved out despite excuses and obstacles, is a statement. I control my time, I lead my life, and that's how change happens. Think about the opportunities that lie dormant because you haven't committed your time. Every book unwritten, every business idea unexplored, every skill undeveloped. They aren't failures, they're unopened doors. 1 hour a day is the key. You don't have to walk through every door at once, you just need to turn the handle on one. And when you do, momentum builds. 1 hour turns into 2, a week turns into a habit, a month turns into mastery, a year turns into a whole new lifestyle. The question is not, can I do this? The question is, will I show up today? That's all that matters. Because you will encounter resistance. You will be tempted to skip. Life will throw distractions your way, and people may not understand your commitment. But your job is not to explain your journey to anyone. Your job is to stay faithful to that 1 hour. Make it sacred. Protect it like you would a meeting with the most important person in your life, because that person is you. Turn off your notifications, close the door, light a candle, play music, breathe deeply. Create a space that tells your mind, this hour is mine. This is my time to build, grow, heal, explore. And don't compare your hour to someone else's journey. Your path is yours alone. One person's progress might look like writing a chapter. Another's might be a quiet walk to process emotions. Don't discount the power of your hour just because it doesn't look like someone else's highlight reel. This is about sustainable change, not speed. You're not trying to win a race, you're building a foundation. One brick at a time. That foundation will carry you when motivation fades and distractions arise. It becomes the ground you stand on, the proof that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Now imagine this, it's 1 year from today. You've invested 1 hour a day every day. That's 365 hours. That's over 15 full days of focused, intentional time. Can you even begin to imagine what could happen in that time? You could write a novel, learn a new language, build a website, launch a podcast, transform your body, master a skill, or reconnect with your soul. And beyond all those external accomplishments, you would have built unshakable confidence. Because nothing feels as good as keeping a promise to yourself. 1 hour a day teaches you to trust yourself again. We often feel stuck, not because we lack ability, but because we keep breaking our own trust. We say we'll start tomorrow and we don't. We make plans, but we cancel. We dream big, but act small. That internal inconsistency creates doubt, frustration, and paralysis. But with 1 hour a day, you begin to restore that trust. You prove to yourself day by day that your word means something, that your goals matter, that you matter. You shift from being a passive observer of your life to the active architect of your future. That shift isn't just inspiring, it's liberating. And here's the secret that every successful person understands. The process is the prize. You may start the hour hoping for results, but over time you begin to crave the ritual itself, the quiet joy of showing up, the peace in progress, the pride of effort. You begin to love the version of yourself who shows up regardless of outcomes. That's when the real change happens, not just outside you, but within you. And no one can take that away. So don't wait for January 1st. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Start with today. Choose your hour. Make it count. Whether it's 6 a.m. or 10 p.m., carve it out and protect it like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Your future, your health, your relationships, your peace of mind, they're all tied to how you use your time. Time is the most valuable currency you'll ever own, and how you spend it determines everything. Spend 1 hour a day on purpose and watch your entire life rise. So here's your invitation. Be the person who decided that an hour a day was enough to create something extraordinary. Be the one who chose growth over comfort, consistency over chaos, and self-respect over self-doubt. Be the one who looked in the mirror and said, let's begin, because 1 hour a day isn't a dream, it's a decision, and that decision could change everything.